Mike Bertolini here, and welcome to Delta Green, a horror RPG. Listener discretion is advised. Now, another thing to note for this session, and what's led me to even do this little opening, is that the audio for the game session did not work so great. It's still enjoyable, but some parts were cut out. I did my best to edit it, but things slipped through the cracks. Now, if you like this video, be sure to click the like button, and subscribe, and the bell icon to be notified of future uploads. That being said, let's get into it.
So I think where we last left off, we were. I think we were just coming out of the two of our party members were just getting
Uh,
done with the sheriff's office, and we were deciding that night we were going to. Two of them wanted to break into the sheriff's office, sneak in, and go through files, and then the other two we were staying at the no name something or other motel, and.
didn't we go see that the family of that girlfriend?
You did.
We did, yes.
Was it the last thing we did?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember trying to decide what we were gonna do about that break-in and everything, and then we went over there.
Yeah, because it was
we just got done talking to them.
Because it was evening, and we were like, okay, what can we do before we retire for the day? Okay. Because I think the next day we were going to go up to. I think were we going to do more investigations around town, or were we
Either
going to
that or
the lake?
the mining pit or whatever it is, the quarry,
the reservoir, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Reservoir. I just remember it was some distance. Mr. Keeper, can we get the map of the town up in Roll20?
Did I give it to you as a handout?
It's the handout.
Did you? If you did, I apologize.
What's that?
Overville Town. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Handouts. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's over there.
You did. You were. And I guess we need to find out. There are other things we need to find out about this business guy, this Phenomenon X, the guy in LA.
If I'm not wrong, we talked to the girlfriend's parents, and then she brought up something about Meryl's auto body, if I'm not wrong.
But what, sorry?
I don't know that the girlfriend hangs with her cousin generally,
Yes.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, the
yes,
reservoir.
yes.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about going after we're done resting. I think that's where.
Yeah, we were basically going to retire for the evening after visiting the girlfriend. I imagine in the morning, I think it was me or was you. One of us had called into our office.
Oh, it was you, Daphne. It was Daphne who did it. And
the
last thing
whole
was
producer
getting
for
the call back.
Oh, it was me. Okay, cool. So I did it. So yeah, I had called in to find out what we could find out about this Frank Karen Cola producer for We Believe You in LA. I guess we'll probably get back. Maybe we'll hear something in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the town map, and we've done the drugstore. Did we go to the diner for dinner? Did we go eat at the diner?
No, you have not done.
No, I mean, if we grabbed lunch, I guess we did, but.
Well, you went to the.
I don't remember role playing in that.
And
right.
your parents' house. That's when you guys split up. Half you went to the sheriff. The other half you went to the gas station. I'm just presuming that when you were at the gas station, you got. I mean, I know that you at least bought some like snack food. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we did.
Grabbed a few other things to eat. I know you grabbed a case of soda. I know you even said you grabbed a bag of chips, but I'm just going to assume that you grabbed other things to eat, to snack on until you had dinner.
Right. Okay. So I guess we could go to the. I guess we could kill two birds with one stone and go to the RR Diner and see if our waitress or our server knows anything during some casual chit chatting, grab some dinner. And then I
Sure.
guess we're going to be staying at Merle's Shut Eye. That looks like the only
That is the
thing
only
in town.
that is the only really
Yeah.
inexpensive place to stay in town.
All right.
Okay. And so the girlfriend, does she work at Sinclair's Gas and Go, the Handy Mart, or the Liquor Guns and Smokes?
Sinclair's.
Sinclair's.
Yep.
But there is a drugstore in town, Wall's Drugs, but he got his aspirin from
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Sinclair's because his girlfriend pretty much hooked him up. Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
So that's basically it.
So it. All right. So is the two people that is our Coast Guardie and our who was, I think he was the only who wanted to break into the sheriff's office at night.
I
'Cause I know that
didn't.
wasn't.
I went over
We
there,
were
but I'm
dis-
not for breaking
but then
in.
I guess at the end of the day we decided against it. We were not gonna do that.
So we're not going to do that anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do know Daphne logged into the she logged into the data the FBI the international the NIC National Crime Information Center database to see what the record. And are we going to go to the diner? Are we going to go to the motel? Or where are we going? Where do you guys want to go?
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. I'm down to grab a bite. What about you guys?
That sounds good to Daphne.
That sounds good to Jack as well. Yeah. Got it.
All right. Yeah. Sounds like diner, then straight to bed.
All right.
Feel
Okay.
like we're gonna have a big day tomorrow.
Are we gonna go throughout the rest of town tomorrow? And I mean, there's obviously places we could. What day is it of the week, by the way?
I'm gonna say it's
Why?
midweek, like a Wednesday. So
Okay, so
everything.
the high school would still be open.
Yeah, it's September, so
Mhm.
school has just started. But it's
Okay.
the middle of the week, so kids are in
Um,
school.
well, and the principal is there because I mean, obviously, it would be. I mean, we could do basic investigation stuff. Basically, start at the high school. What's our subject's name? The guy that did the murders. Yeah. What's
Billy?
his name?
Billy, I guess.
It's
Billy?
Billy
Billy?
Ray.
Oh,
Billy Ray. Okay.
okay, Billy Ray.
Billy Ray. I'm going to actually write that down, and I never write things down again. Billy Ray. But yeah, we can just. I mean, we could if we wanted to, since it is the middle of the week, and I doubt the kids are up there yet. But that might be a good thing. We could just go around town and just ask. We have badges, so we could just at least some
Yeah,
of you,
I
at
was
least some of us.
thinking maybe going up there early in the morning to make sure that there's no kids or anyone else up there really, and look around trying to see if we can find anything, and then if we
Hmm.
do, maybe some people in town will know some stuff about it, so then we can come back and
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we could
I
do
ask
that.
around. That's what
I'm
Emilio's thinking.
have a thing to add.
Sure.
When we went to Billy house, there's one thing that I noticed. So they are religious people, right? They go to church every Sundays and all. So maybe we can inquire in church as well. So I'm not sure if we can do
Yeah,
that, but
and that's what I was thinking is we could basically again start at the high school. Hey, what can you tell us about Billy Ray? Was he a good student? Did he have any major changes? Then we
Hmm.
could go to the church and we could say, hey, were you Billy Ray's pastor? What can you tell us about him? We're trying to figure out why this happened. And if they say, nope, sorry, he went to the Methodist church, we could say, oh, okay, well, thanks.
Right.
And we could just go around town and just ask, hey, what can you tell us about Billy
Sure.
Ray and his girlfriend and whatever.
and also you asked about this visiting card to the central department or someone, right? And I
Yeah,
think
I called into the office about the business card for Phenomenon X, and
Mhm.
we found, and all I got was that he's a producer in LA, and I guess
Hmm.
maybe they might get some more information from me tomorrow or days
In
or what.
LA?
Uh
In
huh.
Virginia?
We're in Tennessee,
Oh, Tennessee. Well, it's pretty okay.
Groversville, Tennessee.
Yep.
That's
I only
far.
know that because I'm looking at the map and it says Groversville, Tennessee. So,
What's
So
this
yeah,
guy doing with a card from a guy in Las Vegas?
I mean, I'm looking at the business card and it says like, "We believe you."
Los Angeles.
So I'm thinking it might be like some kind of reality, super paranormal reality. Kind of stuff.
And there's no like, what's the year again? The 90s, I think, or the 80s? Which is it?
96.
1996.
96, right? So there's, we can't like look at. Well, I guess libraries had computers then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not super.
We could go look it up.
They have computers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could probably stop at the library and go look that agency or whatever it is up, see if it pulls anything out.
Daphne's actually got a laptop, and I can probably do that.
Sure.
I just don't know how well the web was. Was the web like developed in the
90s? Yeah.
No. I think it's around 98 that the web got developed, so I don't think we can just go up.
Well, I mean,
I think the only thing Daphne really has access to is the databases on for agency and the government.
It's a very primitive internet in the mid 90s.
Okay.
A lot of it's dial up.
Yeah, digital yellow pages, basically.
Yeah.
It's basically Ask
AOL.
AOL.
All right. Yeah, okay, so forget that. It's weird that it's so far away. But anyway, I'm sure we'll maybe follow something or someone will know something.
The only reason why we found out it was in LA was because the phone number on the card, 310 area code, is Los Angeles. We found that in the phone book, online phone book.
And did we call that number?
We did call that number, and it just went to an answering machine.
All right. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I guess let's take a bite. Let's go to sleep, and then go around town.
All right.
Okay. We're heading to RR Diner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to the diner. It's pretty crowded for a middle of the week. You got the typical country music playing. People are eating really bad.
It's the only restaurant in town.
It's the only place in town, but no one appears to be at home cooking dinner. They're all here. It's crowded. There's a giant sign near the bar that says special. And it's a really
special.
heart attack inducing burger.
Of course.
And you're greeted.
I guess Daphne's not going to get a Caesar salad here, is she?
Well, the guy at the bar who's going to take your orders says you can order a salad, but there's nothing special about it. It's sort of what's supposed to be on the burger, but without the burger. We don't really believe in the whole vegetables. Motherfucker. God damn it.
Did I get it for free if I finish it?
Without a heart attack? I'm trying to think what diner food.
You would.
Oh shit! All right, game on.
Daphne will have I assume since this is Tennessee, they have mac and cheese and fries, and she'll have a side of each of those.
All right. Anything special to drink or anything like that?
Just Tennessee sweet tea. Gotta be sweet tea.
All right. So, anything you want to? There's a lot of people on, so anything you want to ask, like the bartender, who's very friendly.
Hey, is it just me, or is there like horrible
super crackly? Yeah, I wrote it in chat. There's like a hell amount of crackle when the keeper talks.
Yes.
Yeah, my audio is being really bad today.
Well, see, like now it's all right, but like
Yeah.
a second ago, like we couldn't even hear what you were saying.
Yeah, because
We're
like
just going
I'd get my
over it.
Discord would beep and then it would disconnect my voice and then it would reconnect my voice like 3 seconds later and then disconnect it again. It's been,
Right. That's weird.
but at least for the
Hmm.
moment, it's working fine.
Yeah, it sounds better now. Yeah.
So again, Daphne will have a side of mac and cheese, a side of side of French fries, and a glass of sweet tea, heavy on the ice.
Nice. Uh, what about everybody else?
I'll go with
And anybody drinking alcohol at this place that's obviously serving alcohol to at least half of the patrons?
Yeah, I'll get a
no, no.
beer.
I pass.
Daphne won't. I guess she considers herself on duty.
All right. So, anything you want to ask the bartender? He's a very friendly guy. He's talking nonstop about the Groversville High School football team and how they're going to just kill it this year.
She'll she'll flash her brilliant smile at him and say, "Oh, really? I was a cheerleader in high school myself. How's your team doing this year?"
Well, we're going to kill it once we get past this little losing streak we're on. You know, we're already 0-3, but you know what? They're going to be really good. You know, they got a really good offensive lineup. You know, you got the
3 games
who
is
can
just
definitely
warming up.
go 20 yards.
Okay.
Like choke on his beer.
Were football fields smaller in the 90s?
No, they were not.
Oh, well. So she'll just keep that smile on her face and say, "Oh, say, 3 games is just warming up. Us Southerners, we don't really get into our prime until we're 5 games into anything."
Exactly. And you know, them
That's a killer arm.
them kids been spending way too much time up in the reservoir, and I swear it's taken away. They should be practicing more than they're whatever they're doing up there.
Well, yeah, sure, but you need to get some time off yourself. You been to this reservoir? Is it a swimming hole of some sort, or got a Tarzan swing up there or something?
Yeah, you got a nice swing when you're a kid. When you start getting older, you know your interests change. You go up there with friends.
And she smiles she gives him a sultry smile and says, "Oh, I'm sure you had other interests.
I did
Big strapping young
back
man like yourself.
back
You
when I
must
was
have been a
younger.
quarterback, if I'm not mistaken."
Yeah, I know. I still got my physique, and he's tapping his really overweight belly.
What number were you, Sugar?
Ah, number
Yeah,
What was your
13.
jersey number?
Number 13. Very lucky.
Oh, lucky number.
Lucky number 13.
So what's so special then about this reservoir that everybody goes up to all the time? I mean, I get it's hot here, but I mean, it's got to be what, an hour's drive each way? It's a long way to go to get a dip in some cool water.
Well, you know, there's not a lot of open bodies of water around here. I mean, someone's got a pool, you know, you can go swimming, but if you really want to get wet, you got to go to the reservoir. You got to go swimming. And, you know, when you're a
Hmm.
teenager, you want to go where the parents aren't.
Oh, that's very true.
So, little this, little that, you know. Football players and cheerleaders.
So what time of year is it, by the way? Is it, you just said it was September, right?
Yeah, so it's fall.
Yeah.
Okay. It is Tennessee, so it probably still is warm out.
Decently warm, yeah.
Okay. Well, if it was December and you said there's kids are still going up to the reservoir to swim, I'd be like, what? Okay.
Well, Tennessee doesn't get
All right.
snow per se; it just gets cooler. They don't get.
Yeah,
They don't have.
but I'm not going swimming in. I mean, it might get down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but Um, okay. I think going by the school would be a good idea. Finding out like what truancies were, or I mean, is whatever going on up at the reservoir so persuasive or so pervasive that kids are skipping out on school all the time? I mean, if the football team isn't showing up for practices or drills because they're up at the reservoir, what the heck is going on with that?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, just thank him for being the sweetest thing that he is, and she'll, you know, turn to her phone. I guess that's the typical. I have other things to think about now.
Yeah. Daphne, you do end up getting a
Hmm.
phone call while
Oh,
you're eating
I
at the
will answer
diner.
my phone.
Um,
I will step outside to answer it.
it is
Go for the floor.
your FBI handler, whatever his name
Oh,
was. And he informs you
let's call him Mulder.
that
Okay.
Billy Ray died unexpectedly
Oh,
Oh,
while in custody.
Billy Ray died.
Unexpectedly in custody.
Okay.
what is the cause
Um,
of death?
they managed to doctors managed to perform as much of a autopsy on him as possible, but his skin was
Mhm.
What
still
do you mean?
too tight. So they had to do
Oh,
swabs of his mouth. Um,
okay.
results aren't back yet, but he just wanted to give you like a little bit of an update.
What was the COD?
They don't know, and
Wow.
he doesn't
So
elaborate.
just
He just stopped living.
Why?
it's just one moment he was living, and and the next moment he wasn't. Okay.
Yes,
Oof.
and the doctors have not determined cause of death yet.
Death.
Okay. Copy that. Any update on that? Does he have any update on the? Oh, I didn't call into this office. I called into my own office, didn't I?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him if he can do a background check on Frank Carancola, producer for We Believe You Phenomenon X in at Los Angeles, California, at 310-259-3991. I've tried calling the number and all I get is an answering machine. Can he give me a background check on that?
he tells you that.
Hello?
Yeah, he tells you that it's not important. You're just there to do a job and find out why
Hmm.
Billy Ray did what he did, what caused it.
Okay. Well, this lead might give us insight into that.
He says doesn't
But
matter.
copy. Got it. Okay. And I'll hang up and go back to the table. Are we sitting at the bar or the table or a table?
A table.
I think the bar, right? At a table.
It's a table.
And I'll very quietly tell them that that was FBI HQ. Billy Ray passed away unexpectedly. Cause of death
Mm.
unknown. They're running labs now. And apparently our handler doesn't think that the one paper clue we've got is worth checking out. So I tell them.
All right.
And I guess let's call it a day for today, and tomorrow morning let's go to the reservoir for the first thing.
I thought we were going to go around town and
Uh,
do a
I
loop.
don't
Or
think
do you guys just
I
want to
don't
go to the town, to the reservoir?
uh, I don't think there will be much that we can gather asking around the town because we already went to both the victims' houses, right? And then we spoke to the bartender as well, and then we talked to the sheriff as well. I don't think if sheriff is not gonna tell us anything, no one else is gonna touch him.
Hmm. Amelia, what do you think?
Well, as I was saying earlier, I think there's some merit to going there early in the morning, and then we
Okay.
can go down to town. I mean, we're gonna come back here anyway, right? So
Yeah.
I say
It's
we
what
can go up there in the morning when there's no one else up there and do our thing. Look, and if we find some interesting stuff, then we can come back down and ask folk about it.
okay.
Yeah.
So basically, leave it first light before anyone else even thinks of getting up. Get there, get back before it's even
Yeah,
morning. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. I
Just
guess
so
so.
we still have sunlight, but yeah, pretty much first peak.
Because that's like it's like an hour's drive up to the reservoir, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like just as the sun's getting up, we can start heading over, and when we'll get there,
Yeah.
there'll be plenty of light to look around.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we
not
leave at like
it's not
5
an
a.m. We'll get up
hour's
there at
drive
6.
up there. You could the drive once you leave town. It's like 15 minutes. It's a lot closer
Ah, shit.
than that.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay. Before everybody starts streaming in, and we'll be fine.
It is a
Uh,
weekday, so there
Yeah.
shouldn't be a huge amount of kids going up there at 8 o'clock in the morning. So okay, yeah. Let's
actually,
go over to the motel. All
there's
right.
one thing I want to bring it up. Suppose we got caught in the morning searching the area. What are we gonna act out? Like, what is our excuse?
Our
That we're
excuse.
investigating.
Yeah.
I mean, something weird did happen in town. I mean, we are here for that.
I
I don't
mean, they
think
know we're
we.
not. Yeah, they know
But
we're not locals, and we
Yeah.
definitely look like G-men. I mean,
but we are undercover, right? We can't just go up telling that we are
Yeah,
investigating.
no, you
Yeah, but
you
we
guys are
can just say
undercover.
that it was like any other normal murder. We don't have to tell him that the guy's fucking
yeah, and
has
Because
our
skinned
cover is that we're
quite a stone.
DEA. Isn't our cover that we're DEA anyway? So I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
I'm not sure what's our cover, to be honest.
yeah, it
I
is.
get
It's for DEA. So
Yep.
I mean, we're still federal agents doing a job. I mean, we
cool,
don't
cool,
need an
cool,
excuse.
cool. Makes sense. Yeah, let's.
Okay.
We can say that we're like checking out for like I don't know, like some drug problem or something. Like any adult would be like, "Oh, nice, getting the drugs out of where the kids hang out. Cool."
Yeah, I mean, because in the '90s, like Reagan had that big thing
Yeah,
of just
true.
say no, and of course,
Right.
some kid goes on a murder rampage. It's got to be the drugs.
We're
So yeah,
looking for marijuana cigarette.
yeah, we're looking for that Mary Jane that's obviously driving kids to murder people. So yeah.
Nice. All right, so we got it covered now. Okay, yeah. So let's go down to the motel and get some shut eye and head out in the morning.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
So you want me to roll something? See if I finish the thing. You want me to roll luck?
See
Yeah.
if he finishes the whole sandwich.
Make a
Yeah,
luck roll.
sure. Uh,
Then make a Constitution roll to see if you die.
yeah, if I fail the luck roll. Oh, where is it? It's supposed to be right here.
You can
I
just
like the
roll a
sheet.
d100. Above 50 is a failure. Below 50 is a success.
Isn't it? There you go.
What?
Well, so
It's
you
50-50.
Isn't it on the sheet somewhere? Should be.
Regardless, you did manage to finish it.
No,
It
whatever.
definitely was filling. But you're not charged the $40 that it would have otherwise cost you.
All right. Fucking get
And
up the booth and start walking. Go on, guys.
Pass out.
Big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. See
All
you.
right.
If he had
So
some
all right, so
suspenders, he would have snapped them.
you go to Merle Shut
Merle,
Eye.
should I?
It's a small-ish motel. There's about 12 rooms. Um, there's only a
Mm-hmm.
couple vehicles parked in the parking lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there are more rooms that have doors that are with "Do Not Disturb" signs swinging on them than there are cars in the parking lot. And one of the hotel
All
Mm-hmm.
room
right.
doors, it has a towel shoved underneath it, the little gap underneath the door.
Oh, I think we got some stoners up in here, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Why would
Uh,
why would stoners rent a room in this day and time? They just well, hmm.
Either
if
that
I'm
or
not,
it's some fucking
uh,
meth. I don't know. I don't.
found
I
a
don't do
photo.
hard drugs.
I'm sorry. So, if I'm not wrong, we found a photo of the girlfriend and Billy in the girlfriend's house, which is taken at Meryl's Chatai only, if I'm not wrong. Is that true? Is that correct?
Yes.
Say that again. Sorry.
Say that again?
I think we found a photograph in the girlfriend's house
Yeah.
of Billy. I
Yeah.
think the photo was taken at Meryl's Chatai, I
Oh.
think.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. It was taken here.
Hmm. One
Huh.
of the rooms. Does it look like it's in a room,
We could probably.
Um,
or does it look like it's outside or
I
something?
bet Daphne could ask the front desk to take a look at their
Take a look
logbook
at
and
that. I think
see what room they
can
stayed in.
Yeah.
yeah, that I think we can do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Daphne will walk up to the front desk. I assume this is like a motel front desk where,
Yeah.
it's like it's just a lobby and a front desk. There's like no.
Hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
Uh good evening. My colleagues and I are staying in town, and we were wondering if you happen to have any rooms available.
The clerk is a middle-aged woman with a
Hmm.
smoking a cigarette. She looks up at you. Yeah, we have some rooms. How many are you looking for?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need two rooms. One with two beds and one single, I suppose.
All
You
right.
wouldn't happen to have that, would you?
Well, you can pretend that the other room just has a single bed in it, but it's got two. We
Oh, well,
roll.
that'll be fine. Sure.
All right.
That will be
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
I've got really good imagination.
Oh, then in that case,
Oh my God.
yes. Can I have your
Excellent.
name? I have the name of the person who's gonna be.
Uh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Um, my name's Tamara Cossacks. And if you don't mind, we'll be paying cash if that's all right.
Of course. You know, if you really wanted to pay with a credit card or a check, I could take it, but cash is so much easier.
Oh, cash will be fine. Makes it much easier to check out. I don't have to worry about those receipts and everything.
Exactly. And she slides a couple keys across the little counter. You hand her some money. I don't know how much it's
Okay.
going to be for a
I
room,
guess
but
probably $30 a night for each room, so probably
and
60 or 80.
yeah, she's tell the keys just have the room number on them. Nothing fancy about them.
Oh, and we're doing an expose, some background research for a TV show, and I'm gonna flash her that business card that we have um, for Phenomenon X. And yeah, we're working for the producers, and we were wondering if you could knew anything about this Billy Ray. I understand that him and his girlfriend stayed with your lovely establishment a couple of times.
She gives you a little snort. You're with them too.
Can I make like a
Oh, of course. If you want to
yes,
make it a
yes,
yes, you
it's
can.
sure. I guess would it be human int or would it be something else?
Um, it would be a social role, so I'd probably say persuade or charm, something like that.
There is no charm.
Then persuade.
Okay, so persuade. Got it.
Like I don't know
Okay.
these character sheets that well to be able to tell
Neither do
what
I.
skills are there.
Neither do I.
All right, yeah.
48. So
So
success.
you persuade her to talk about it. And she says, "Your boss has been in and out of this place. You've had so many these TV personalities." She says in with quotations in the air. Have been shown so much interest in our little company.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh
go
yeah.
ahead.
Let me tell you, he when he gets something in his mind, he is non-stop. Has a makes use of the, and she kind of like like scratches her nose, indicating like he's got a cocaine problem. So
That's
yeah,
not
he can
interesting.
certainly be an excitable.
Well, then you should know your boss informed me that he's going to be checking out tomorrow. So,
Oh yes. Oh gosh. And he's in. I'm sorry, it's late. I've been busy all day. He's in room. What?
room 7. But I haven't even seen him today. I don't know where he is. He might be up by the reservoir camping or something up in the mountains. I don't know. Maybe they're trying
All right.
to get a picture or something. I don't know. All the stuff that
Well,
goes
I
on
want
in
to
this
make
place.
sure that he is such a busy man. Can you tell me how long he's been staying here so that in the morning I can cover the charges in case he neglects to? Kind of my job to pick up all the things he drops.
Yeah, well, he's been here 5 days. Or
Yeah.
5.
All right. So 5 days as of tomorrow morning.
Yep.
And Billy Ray, I know he stayed here. Well, when was the last time he was here?
Oh, it's been a while since him and Jane stayed in one of the rooms. You know, to the point
Yeah.
of we don't even
Yes.
bother.
How long has that been?
I don't know. It was back in the summer.
Sometime this summer, I imagine.
Yeah, somewhere I'm in July
Oh,
maybe.
right, right. That sounds about right. That's what I recall from my notes, but I don't have them in front of me because again, sweetness, I am tired. Well, thank you so very, very much. What room keys do we have?
You have rooms 10 and 12.
9 and 12?
10 and 12.
Mm.
10 and 12. Okay. So I'll smile at her again and step back and hand one of the keys to uh, uh, Emilio. I think his name's Emilio. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Emilio, yeah. So I'll hand one key to Emilio, and as we're walking away, I'll say, "That producer is staying here in town. He's in room 7."
Really? Just give me
Yeah,
like a puzzled look, like why? For Billy?
I imagine he's doing the show. They're getting together background for the show. But he's in room 7, and we could help ourselves to his stuff. She says she's not. He's not even in.
Uh huh. Oh, that's interesting.
He might be up at that he was heading out to the reservoir, and he hasn't. She hasn't seen him all day.
All right. Well, let me go up to my room. I'll put my stuff down and freshen up a little bit, throw some water in my face, and then we can check this out.
Sure.
All right.
And Daphne will do the same thing. Of course, before she unlocks the door, she's going to listen at it. You know, see if there's any sounds coming from the other side. See if there's anyone in her room in advance. got to
Oh,
be careful, you know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you that
Then I want to make a listen check so I can.
no,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have to bother. The rooms are dark and empty.
Oh, okay. She'll hit the light switch, go into the bathroom, and freshen up a little bit,
Okay.
and then she'll head next door to room 10 and knock on Emilio's and
Zach.
Zach.
Zach's and Emilio's door.
And I would have told Zach too when we got in the room with what she told us that the producers in room 10.
7.
Makes sense.
7. Yeah, we're in room 10.
You guys are in 10. I'm in 12.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna put his stuff down, throw some water in his face, and then he's gonna walk out and wait for Zach, and then I guess they'll head to room 7.
So I imagine this motel is like one of those where there's like a front desk and then a single hallway with alternating rooms on both sides of the hallway. So it's
Is
not
it
like
that,
you
or
get.
is it open in the parking lot? That's what
It
I was picturing.
opens to the parking
Oh,
lot.
yeah. Which kind of layout is it?
It opens to the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Odd numbered rooms on the bottom, even numbered rooms on the top floor. It's a 2-story.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so I have to go down there. I have to do something like hanging around outside at this hour. So
You didn't notice anybody.
light a cigarette, walk down the stairs, and then post up like against a pillar, I guess, around room 7.
Yep.
And Daphne will change out of her typical business attire into yoga pants and a zip up, athletic wear, basically. That whole 90s revolution of aerobics.
I guess Jack changes into his shorts and join you guys.
Okay. Zach, always playing the part of him. Does anybody have lock picking, by the way?
I
Me, I
don't
do
think so.
not.
I was
With the
just checking the same, but yeah.
kicking doors down and lock picking them, but I think it'll be fine.
Well, I mean, if it is on the ground floor, we could go around the back and like look for a window.
Yeah.
Well, let's see first. So yeah, so Emilio will just post up like against a post or like a pillar or something, and I'll keep a lookout. And yeah,
Or
so we'll look it
else
up.
there's something that I think we can do. Since it's already night, maybe we can wait for the receptionist to doze off and then try to get the spare keys that the guy has. Maybe with I sneak, we
If
can do
it's
that.
unlocked, it might just be unlocked.
That's true. This could be one of the things we go through, this complicated thing,
Check it.
and it's just unlocked.
I've done this numerous times.
And honestly, we are DEA. We don't really.
Yeah, we could say we have a warrant, but we don't want to
We don't want to tip our hand.
attract too much attention right now. So just turn the handle and see if it's
Yeah. So Daphne will
unlocked.
just kind of like go by past his door, look at it. Does it look like it's secured, and try the door?
Yeah, you test the handle and it's locked.
It is locked. Okay.
All right.
Will
So I'll go back to them and say it's locked.
So what's Zach build like? Is he like a big guy? Like is he pretty strong or?
I'm
Strength.
not a big guy. I'm a 5'6" athletic, and kind of uh, good in unarmed combat and melee combat weapons. That is how I am, and I have a good search score and stealth.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Again, we're both foreign service officers, so
Yeah.
being brawny, strong types is not our thing. Daphne's strength and constitution are both 40, so
I gotcha. All right. So okay. So when she jiggles the over, and he's gonna take it in his hand and just kind of like press his shoulder against it, just like test it, just to see if it's like a strong door or if it's just something that would
Like,
come
is it?
open with a put, like, with a hit or something.
Yeah, is it like dead bolted, chained, and
Yeah.
whatever, or is it just like the inside click lock?
Well, you notice when you looked at your own doors, they're pretty flimsy. A decent amount of pressure
Okay.
will break the door open.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll just look back at them and go to just keep a lookout real quick, and he's gonna uh take a little step back and push his shoulder in. I don't think it's gonna make too much noise.
All right,
Tail's
then
Okay.
gonna make.
just do your strength times 5 roll.
And while he's doing this, Daphne's going to she's going to take her weapon out of her holster and
I'll stand
keep it
watch.
keep it readied in front of her.
I'll go stand watch in the corridor, seeing if anyone is coming our way
Shit.
or not.
I failed by 2.
Let's go, Emilio.
Come on, Amelia.
So
Easy.
yeah, so he pulls back, one hit with his shoulder, bounces back. I'm like, God damn. And I guess I'm gonna do another one.
You can push it, yeah, and basically put your shoulder into it and just ram
Hey,
forward.
there you go. Yeah, so he goes, fuck, and he kind of feels a little embarrassed. He's like, oh shit, and just walking up over here, like, oh, okay, guys, and then he bounces back, and he's like, fuck, and then he just next time he just puts a little more weight into it, and guess he's through, got a success.
All right, so the door cracks open. You go in and lights are off, but you can see that the room is immaculately made. Except the bed hasn't even been slept in.
Okay, so yeah, I guess he'll pull his service weapon, and I'm imagining like a bed in the bathroom, right? That's it.
Yep.
And Daphne will go in right after him, weapon in front of her, scan the bathroom,
Yeah,
clear.
check the closet and everything.
I mean, I'm standing watch, right? So do I see anyone over there, like coming? Because I think breaking a door makes sound, right?
You don't
Yeah, how
see
loud was it?
anybody standing around.
Okay, fine. Then I'll also join Emilio and Daphne in the room.
I close the door actually, as much as I can. I don't know if I like broke the bolt or
Yeah,
something, but
the
Probably the
whole
frame.
frame is cracked and broken. Someone looks, they will see that the door was broken into.
Get
I lost you.
okay. So I cracked the whole frame, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna like stand it up in a way that it looks like it's open because I don't think I can stand it up
Yeah, I mean, a
closed.
casual
So
glance from a
put it against the
distance
wall,
isn't
kind of
enough.
looking like
You
it's
won't notice
open.
it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's do this quick, guys.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
let's do a search door and see what we'll find out.
All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
So if we clear the room, Daphne will start looking in the main room, and she'll do the search.
All right.
You look in the
Yes, I
closet and
whatever
everything.
Daphne is not doing.
Search.
I just did a search roll, and I think I failed. Oh, Daphne, nice.
Daphne succeeded.
All right.
Hey, another success.
All right. So, Daphne, you
Oh,
see
whoops.
a stack of
Oh
boxes
shit.
in the corner of the main room with the white file boxes.
Okay, banker's boxes.
Yep.
Got it.
And Emilio, you see in the closet clothes hanging, pressed,
So he unpacked.
but nothing of the ordinary.
Not worn.
Very, very nice clothes.
Hmm.
Not like the kind you would wear on a
Hey.
day-to-day basis, but something you would dress up in.
Okay.
So a business attire, kind of.
Yes.
Well, he's a producer.
Yeah, makes sense.
What's in the boxes?
All right. In the
Banker's
boxes
boxes.
are a scattering of photographs and handwritten notes. Um,
Okay.
the photographs
Okay.
It's
depict various points around town that you've driven by and seen. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and there's handwritten notes. Um, some of the things that are listed there. And actually, I have a handout. I'm going to share to you.
Ooh.
I think this is it.
Clue number 3.
Misa love handouts.
All right.
Livestock mutilation. What the fuck?
My God,
Chopper
livestock
sign.
alterations.
What's okay?
3
Hold on.
cows.
Let me read this.
So Jeff Owens, phone number 555-1243. 3 cows on August 1st, August 4th, and August 8th.
About 20 chickens. What the fuck is this?
Day 2.
Robert Gum, one cow missing udder, but in good health purpose. Like, this seems to be like
Right.
some farmer mutilation reports or something.
Exactly. But if you look at their business card, their whole thing is like Phenomenon X. We believe you. Again, like one of those
Oh yeah, I keep
reality,
forgetting about that.
supernatural, paranormal things.
You guys are some wahoos, right? Okay.
Missing time. Bud Aldrich, 8:08, 1 hour. 8:15, 1 hour.
Selfish
8:29, 3 hours.
sightings, muscle flash and discharge. That's interesting.
What is this guy? Is this guy
Chopper
talk?
sightings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chopper sightings, 10:40 p.m. Muscle flash and discharge. Emily's Hillsworth, 9
Many,
p.m.
everyone's seen a few. No, okay, just lights, crop circles, whatever. Uh, GA. Be 3 weeks equals 6 months. Refuses RX. Got a room for her at the shut eye. Allen, Barn, Thomas, Jacobs, Cartwright, and Anderson never go home. What?
J.A.
JA, isn't that Billy's girlfriend? Jane
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Refuses medication, got a room for her at the shut eye, like the receptionist said. So
Uh,
it's that producer that got her the room, I assume.
Who's J.A.?
Isn't that Jane something?
Not if it was initials. It would be something, something. P, 3 weeks, 6 months, refuses RX, got a room for her at the
Mm.
shut eye. I'm
is
thinking
it
whoever
Cafe?
JA's I'm thinking whoever JA is the person who got the girlfriend the room at the shut eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay,
And then
makes sense.
And these
after
are
the
her
man.
and these are her friends, Alan, Barn,
Right,
Thomas,
okay.
Jacob, Cartwright, and Anderson.
So that's who they are.
But who's JA?
I guess we'll have to find that out. Did we ask did you ask the receptionist what was the name of the well, I guess not because we should know if we
Yeah,
work for
I
him,
was
but
I was faking being his
yeah,
assistant, and I just
yeah.
assume it's
Makes
Frank.
sense. Mm,
Because when I
very
mentioned him,
funny.
she said he's been here, so I assume we're talking about the same person.
Uh,
All right, so we got a
yes.
bunch of addresses, a bunch of names.
What do the photos look
Well, not
like?
addresses, but phone numbers.
The
Yeah, what does the
photos
photo look
are
like?
Polaroids of various parts in town. Um, a lot
Okay.
of fields,
Mm-hmm.
trees. You got buildings like the sheriff's office
Mm.
and the town hall. Um, there's a photo that looks like it's just taken of the sky, but nothing really significant
Hmm.
at first glance. No.
It almost looks like some standard B-roll for a documentary or something, some filler
Maybe
shots.
it's a kind of weed or I don't know. Maybe they're growing in the farmlands. I'm not sure. Just
Hmm.
putting my
So the guy that did the murders, his name is Billy Ray. It's not something else. We didn't just make a mistake, did we?
It's Billy Ray Spivey.
No, we
Spivey.
didn't.
I can never. I don't know the
Okay.
pronunciation of his last name, but it's Spivey.
It's Stevie.
So two things and the girlfriend's name was Julia what? What was the girlfriend's name?
Jane Allen.
Sorry.
Jane Allen, G A.
Jane
Yeah,
Allen.
there you
That's
go.
J A. Okay.
Yeah, J A. Yeah, G J. That's weird. Yeah. So that's. But then who's P?
You have no idea what that abbreviation means.
3
Yeah.
3 weeks, 6 months.
Yeah,
Refuses
equal
RX.
6 months. What does that mean? The equal, like
Some that
3 weeks, 6 months. What are they trying to say?
I'm thinking it has something to do with some sort of mental illness where they think 3 weeks is 6 months. Like
Mm,
their sense of time is distorted.
you think that's related to the RX, the meds?
Yeah, whole thing is that Jane Allen refuses in the RX and she's the one being medicated because it says got a room for her at
Yeah.
the shut eye. I know who P is. P is the producer.
Oh, makes sense.
It's got to be. P
Makes
is
sense.
producer, 3 weeks, 6 months, refuses RX. The producer got a room for Jane Allen at the shut eye. Alan Barn, Thomas Jacob Cartwright, and Anderson never go home. But nowhere on here does it say Billy Ray. Billy Ray is
Yeah.
not he's not in any of the suspects. And some of these dates, if you look at these dates, they go all the way back to, the beginning of August.
Yeah.
All the way
Mm.
back to August 1st.
First, yeah. Hmm.
Originally started with the livestock mutilations of Jeff Owens on 8-1, 8-4, 8-8. 8-2 was a chicken. 8-6 or 8-2 was a goat. 8-6 was 20 chickens. Then we move into September. Then on 8-15, there was missing time. On 8-8, 8-15, 8-29, 8-10. So it's like everything happened in a month
Yeah.
between the beginning of August and now, September. So
The receptionist say that this guy had this room for.
he's been here for 5 days and he's leaving in the morning.
He's leaving in the morning, and the room is pristine.
Yeah, like none of the clothes haven't been. But somebody had to get these boxes here.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that it almost feels like it's more of a stash or like a place
Yeah.
to hide them or something, more than like a place to stay. Because obviously, no one stayed here. I mean,
Okay.
I don't even know why there's clothes in the closet. To be honest,
So
um,
I'm gonna turn to Zach, and I'm gonna ask him to go out into the parking lot and see if he can find a car with California plates.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just walk out of the room, go to the parking lot and see if there are any cars with the California plate on it. Go.
All right.
Yeah. Or a rental car. Usually rental car companies have like a sticker on the back of their cars or something to indicate that they're rentals.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because if the boxes are here, I got to assume it's because they didn't fit into his car. But everything in this room is pristine, and she hasn't seen him today.
he might be
So,
living in this car.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that he's living out of the car and that the room is just basically the office.
Yeah, if
That's what I'm
that.
thinking.
If that, Emilio, I actually think it's more of a storage type of thing.
That's what I'm
But
thinking too.
yeah, um,
Well, let's wait for Zach to get back and see if he finds anything. Is it just one box? I mean, if it's just these couple of photos and these notes, is it just one banker's box or is there like more?
There's a couple boxes, um, but none of the other
Okay.
boxes have anything that means anything to you.
Okay. Okay. This is.
I mean, if the phone number that we got from the card doesn't come back to anything, or at least can't get a hold of anyone, I can't I don't see how we can get a hold of this friend guy. So might as well start like maybe asking around like some of those farmers that got their
Yeah.
livestock mutilated, and then maybe they'll lead us to him, to him, you know.
The thing, though, I gotta ask is, where are these farms? Because I'm looking at the map of
Yeah,
Groversville, and
there's no
it's in
address.
the town. So, are the farms
Well, I mean, it's
like,
gotta be around for sure, you know, to up town's work, but there's no
yeah,
address on the papers. Though there's phone numbers. There's that.
there are,
All them.
yeah. Are numbers like if this is a hotel, like we could go back to our hotel room and just take out the phone book and just see if we can match these names to local phone numbers,
Yeah,
Probably,
right?
yeah.
yeah, you can.
Okay. So Daphne's going to write this down because I don't want to. I don't. She's going to copy this down in her notebook because I don't want to take it in case somebody comes
Hmm.
back and realizes that they're gone. Um, okay. Do we find anything else? Did you go through the pockets of the clothes in the closet?
I did not, but I will.
Okay.
Do you
Just
want me
wondering if there's
to
any.
roll
Just
for
wondering if
it?
there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's any errant clues left over. This room is too pristine to just have the boxes and clean clothes.
Yeah, do you want me to roll anything, keeper,
Um,
or?
you don't have to
No.
roll anything. The only thing that you find when you look at the clothes is a receipt from a dry cleaner's
Hmm.
dated 1 week ago
Hmm.
in one of the pockets.
From here or
No, from
LA?
another town, but not far away. And if you
Okay.
ask me the name of the town,
What
I'm going to tell
town?
you to. I'm going to make something up and tell you that it's
Not important.
not
Some
important.
town between LA and here.
Exactly.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, so this guy came in a car, I assume. So he didn't take a flight. So yeah, our assumption that he's living in his car is probably right. Now
Hopefully
where
Zach
is
will be.
he?
So hopefully Zach will be back in a minute and tell us. Yeah, I found a car with California plates on it.
Yeah, I'll just wait for
So the
Zach.
keeper, I'm in the parking lot. I'm looking for the plates over there. Do I find anything? Either a rented car or a car
All
from
right.
California.
So you don't see any plates that indicate a vehicle from California. Um,
Okay.
but as you're outside
Do I?
and looking at the cars, you
Mhm.
notice there's a couple cars parked right up next to the hotel, and there's a van parked on the opposite side of the parking lot that pulls away as you start approaching it.
Hmm. Do
Get
I
the
get a
license
glimpse?
plate.
Yeah. Do I get a glimpse at the license plate?
It's dark. You really couldn't see it.
Damn it.
Uh, any distinct features the van has? Hmm?
It's a white van uh,
Mhm.
with tinted windows, so you can't really see
Hmm.
inside of it.
Oh, that. And then you never hear from them again.
Oh no.
So here's my question: if they're going away, I assume Zach's got a sidearm. He could shoot out the tires or some shit.
Let's not do that, please. It's like a nightmare for paperwork, and I would blow the fuck out of our cover. Why'd you
That's
shoot at
true.
him? They were driving away. Did you tell him to stop? No.
Nope. Yeah, yeah. That
I
Yeah, let's
think
not do that.
the good starting point would be trying to figure out the notebook. Maybe the farmers listed out here might be linked with the photographs somehow, and then there is the
Yeah,
reservoir also. We have a lot of leads to go on. There's no need to shoot as of now. Is what I
yeah.
think.
I think we should go to bed. Think about this.
yeah.
Night brings whatever, and then we can either Well, I mean, we can do that all on the way. Basically, we can go to the reservoir, check it out, and then come back to the town, make some calls, and try to keep an eye out for that white van because I assume Zach came back in the room and told us. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's our guy. He
And
was probably
Daphne's going to
watching to
add,
see if anyone was gonna enter, and we fucking took the bait. I think.
that if we didn't find the car in the parking lot, then he's got to still be up at the reservoir.
Now, do you think that was the guy actually in the van watching us?
Um, I
What the
I
movie
don't
was?
know, but if there was, I assume that the producer had to get to the reservoir somehow, and he would have driven his own car. So if it's not in the parking lot, he probably hasn't come back yet. Which I mean, all of his
I think
clothes are here.
I
If
think
he's
that's the
living out of his,
producer's van actually is what he's saying. Is what he's trying to say.
oh,
Yeah, I think the producer was just parked out there. He's probably living in his car the
oh,
whole
that was
time in his van,
maybe.
and he was just parked out there to see. Well, maybe he's just conspiring at this point. He's tired. It's late into the night, and he's like, maybe this guy was just parked out front trying to see if anyone was gonna come after him or trying to see what he was doing. This all seems pretty
Could be,
shady, and when he
could
got this
be.
one
My whole thing
went
though is
over, he
that
just
if he
went
has a
away.
whole van, why didn't he just keep the boxes in the van?
Maybe he has a lot more shit. These
Yes.
these
Could
these
be.
UFO chasers, they've got a bunch of fucking yahoos and
Yeah, I
gizmos
got a
in
bunch of
there.
crap. That's true. That's true.
It
Um,
might be the
Emilio, can you
director
make a
itself.
Constitution roll?
Constitution. I
Yes.
bust my shoulder. Okay. Uh, there, I think that's what I needed to click.
hello,
Hello.
Sorry,
hello.
my audio cut out. I
Yes.
didn't hear
Hi.
you.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right,
No,
so
I failed the roll. The
you
Constitution.
have a massive urge to run to the bathroom, and
Huh.
it doesn't matter what bathroom it is, but you see this bathroom in this hotel room right there, and you really have to go to the bathroom. That heart attack burger that you ate is making its second appearance right now.
All
Oh,
right. Yeah. Sure. So he'll go. He'll just go. It'll just look awkward and go. Sorry, guys. Nature. And then he'll kind of run into the bathroom, the room they're in. I guess he's gonna fucking close the door and do his business.
okay. Hey,
What
when
they
you gotta
say.
go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all
Okay.
right.
Can try to do it as fast as he can.
So I'm going to leave the room and I'm going to go back to the reception, the check-in, and I'm going to say, oh hi, good evening again. I am so tired. I'm misplacing notes here and there and everywhere. Um, do you know if uh, Jane A. God, I'm never gonna remember her.
Jane itself.
Jane something. I don't know what's her last name.
Jane Allen.
Jane, what was her name? Jane Avery?
Allen.
Jane
Allen.
Allen.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to ask, is she still staying here? I need to fill in a couple of blanks in my notes here. And I know I hate to bother her this time of evening, but I understand she doesn't sleep very much. So, you know what room she's staying in?
Oh, Jane? Oh, I haven't seen her in weeks. She's not here.
Oh, gosh. I'm wondering why I got notes from saying she's staying here. All right. Any of her friends, uh, uh, Barn or Thomas or Jacob or Cartwright, Anderson, they are they any of them staying here still, or they move out?
Wow, those.
I was
those
just hoping
names
all of
sound
them were here and I could get them easily.
those names sound very familiar. Hold on, let me think. Let me think. Um, no, those are names of the aldermen, the town aldermen. That's them. That's all.
Audio went out.
Oh, uh, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but I missed everything that you just said.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Your
So
audio went out.
she thinks a moment, and before she says, "Those are the aldermen of the town."
Alderman.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that
Um.
because my boss, the guy that owns this motel, is an alderman.
Oh.
Sorry, what's an alderman, real quick?
Like a council
Think
member,
of
like a town
yeah.
council member.
Okay, okay.
Think of like if a mayor was split up into a group of people. Those are aldermen.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a town council. Okay, gotcha.
So this town does have a town hall, and they don't go home. So if they don't go home, then there's got to be. So then that means these notes are not only about a neighboring town; they're about this town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if they don't go home, they've got to be at the town hall because that's where they would have their offices, right? Hmm.
That's for us to.
And Daphne will call out. And Daphne will call out, Emilio, how you doing in there?
Just fine. Give me a second.
Amelia,
gonna, like,
it's not as
Run the tap.
it's
You gotta
not
turn
as
the phone on.
painful or as much as you might expect.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
lower
You're
down
able
a
to
bunch.
you're able to finish relatively quickly.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
Turn the tap on,
more
wipe and
embarrassment
everything,
than
wash
anything.
your hands, and just will stagger out. Like, I think I just lost a few pounds.
And Daphne will give you a smirk and say, "Was it worth $40?"
You betcha. I didn't even pay.
Exactly. Well, you paid just in a different way.
He looks oddly content considering everything.
All right. So somebody's watching. So somebody's watching us, or they're watching the room. All right.
Yeah. So either that van was unreleased.
So I come back to the room and I tell them, "Hey, guys, these names that never leave for aligned with Jane Allen. They're aldermen they're council members for the town, and they never go home."
Now, do you think that's literate? Like they've been watching them and how they never go home? Like that's weird, or
Maybe that's somewhere we should go.
Yeah, should definitely stop by at some point.
Daphne, did you get a chance to ask if the farmers' names that were mentioned in the notebook are from the state area as well?
I didn't get to ask because I figured that would be information we could probably get from the phone book, and I don't have to push my cover story talking to the motel receptionist about it, since, I mean, she's not Google. And I imagine at some point she might get too suspicious that, boy, for an assistant, I don't know a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, so I just figured we could get the farm. I figured we could just take out the phone book and match, because we have names and numbers. It wouldn't be hard to get addresses, figure out where they're from. It'd be a lot easier than asking, especially considering I doubt a receptionist has that stuff on the top of her head, like random people's addresses. So I did not.
All right.
Let's go to bed. It looks like let's hit the. Unless you guys unless there's some more investigating you guys want to do tonight.
I was just wondering if there was any way for me to like replace the door to just like at least make it look like it's closed and not like you know like
Well, like I said,
bring the anxiety just by the fact that it's wide open.
from a distance, it looks like the door is closed. Only upon
Okay,
closer
cool.
inspection would
It's
you
just not
see
locked anymore.
that it's been broken open.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. This is not just wide open. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll leave it like that, and all right. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning, Daphne, and climber
Yeah.
up the stairs and go up to his room.
So we're getting up at 5 a.m. to head up to the reservoir before. So we're up there at first light.
Yeah.
All right. And Daphne will go into her room, make sure she's got the door locked and the windows locked, even though she is on the second floor.
All right.
And
Is there anything you guys
she
want
sleeps
to
in her yoga
do
pants.
when you're in the when you're at night in the hotels, or can I just fast forward to the next
Nah.
morning?
Gonna take a shower and crack the window open because it's a little hot, and then go to bed. Fast forward.
I assume this hotel has air conditioning or like one of those window air
Oh,
conditioners.
it
So.
has a window, but not a lot of
Fresh air is
windows.
all.
Air conditioning is a few years away from this place.
You're cutting out if you're talking
You
about
cut
that.
out. Yeah, I didn't hear.
God, I swear, Discord is driving me insane today. This hotel does not have air conditioners.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Is there a
that's all-
phone book in Daphne's room?
Yes, each room has a telephone and a phone book.
Okay. Well, I'm going to crack open the phone book and just see if I can match these names and phone numbers to addresses.
Yes, everything matches up. Names do match the phone numbers that were noted.
Are the addresses in this area or are they, the next town over?
They're listed as part of Groversville.
So they are local.
Yeah.
It'll be like something to tell Amelia over breakfast. Okay. Zach and Amelia over breakfast. I'm not going to try calling any of them simply because it is probably pretty late. So
Yeah, we
Yes,
should all do that in the
it is
morning.
late.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Daphne's going to go to bed.
All right. So
Everyone
fast forward
does
to
that.
the morning. Let's
Okay.
see. Zach, you're the
She's going to shower
only one
quickly.
who actually decides that you might be interested in the motel's breakfast. Daphne
I
and
am.
Emilio only want to drink, like have coffee. You don't feel the urge to eat.
He's looking at it, but he's like, "Oh,
Emilio, you might be
I
looking at
can't."
the food, but you're like, you remember what last night was like, and like, I just don't really.
He's
I
just
wanna hold
sipping his
off.
coffee, and he's like, "Oh."
Is the breakfast the motel offers like that typical 90s motel breakfast of like wrapped pastries and some cereal, and that's about it. Cereal box.
Oh no,
Bacon and
the
pancakes.
motel clerk who was opening that morning was very nice
Yeah.
and tried her best to hide the grocery store box of like the muffins came in.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, we are federal agents. If we can't figure out that, somebody used store bought. Okay. I want to, while having coffee, and Daphne will have just coffee. She'll ask Emilio and Zach if we want to swing by room 7 this morning to see if anybody came back.
Sure. Yeah.
A quick glance
Should be fine.
to the door of room 7 shows that it has not been disturbed. It is just as Emilio left it.
All right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no
He'd be
car
the
with
one.
California. No car with California plates in the parking lot.
Nope.
Oh,
No more cars than
Okay.
there were
nope.
last night.
I
The
told
van's not back.
Nope, the van is
Van's
not
not
back.
back.
All right.
I tell Zach and Emilio that I cross referenced the list of names and phone numbers with addresses from the phone book, and they are all from farms here in uh, Groversville.
Mm.
Okay. Hmm.
So, well, do any of us have cell phones? Actually, is
Yeah,
that that's a thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
cell
yeah.
phones.
90s, we have those
Well,
big bricky phones.
Yeah, they're big, but they exist.
all right.
I know Daphne
So
has one in her equipment, so
I guess we can eat quickly. I'll sip my coffee and have a cigarette, and then we can head over to that reservoir and make some calls on the way. Is what I was thinking.
okay. We're probably not going to get any more help, much more help from the FBI. With Billy Ray, with Billy Ray
Yeah.
dead, there's no more case, so they're probably just looking to finish up the report and shelve it to a back somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry I was late.
Oh, hey.
Hey, we had lots of stuff happen. You missed some good action.
I can't imagine I did. I've just been friggin' burned.
Nah, we just did some investigating. We found some
Yeah,
stuff.
we
No big
found
problem.
some stuff. Huh.
All right. So you guys, do you want to go to the
Right, so
reservoir
we
now?
just stayed the night over at the miner. Yeah, yeah. We'll go out to the reservoir. Yeah. So we just got up, got some breakfast, and we're heading over there.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, making some phone calls. Some farmers have got some fucking mutilated livestock.
and there's people with missing time and hmm.
Yeah, a whole bunch of weird stuff.
Okay.
How much longer are you playing for?
Another
Another idea.
half hour or so.
Hour, half hour.
Half hour.
I think, I think I'll try catching the next time then.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry I couldn't make it.
It's all right. Take care
All
of
right.
yourself. Self care is important.
All right. So you guys head up to the
Head on up.
Yeah.
reservoir.
It's not like we have to drive in shifts or anything.
No, you just drive up there. I said about 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
Um, it's early in the morning. Nobody's around. Um,
So, what does the reservoir look like? Is it like a campsite? Is it just a flat spot at the top of a cliff with a Tarzan swing? Is there
well, what you see,
is it sheer? Is there a
it looks
beach?
like a campsite with a
Okay.
very massive lake sticking to its western side.
Okay. So like a small. So like a small. I don't want to say seating area, but like a small like wayside area with like maybe
Yeah.
like a. I guess I'm trying to picture this like a picnic table. There's like a picnic table and like one of those weird sheet metal grills that no one ever cleans, and maybe what a porta potty, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the ground, it's got a whole bunch of empty beer cans and beer bottles around in the area that nobody ever seems to pick up. And there's a few empty bags of snack food littering the
Okay.
area around the only little garbage can next to the porta potty.
Which probably never gets picked.
It never gets picked up.
All right. Well, I suggest we do our traditional, grid search thing. And check the porta potty, check the grill or campfire, check the seating area, and see if we find any clues.
Yep.
Oh,
Search.
Yeah, so he'll walk over to like the water's edge and he'll take in the view a little bit. You know, it's a nice place, and then they'll start walking along the riverbank and look for stuff. Let me do my
And look for
Hey, we all got successes.
yeah.
And y'all find nothing.
Hey.
You look around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
That's
there's
great.
nothing on the ground, and there are no cars in the parking lot.
Huh.
Okay.
Now this is like the parking kind of like small walkover to the lake kind of area type thing. I assume. Is there like a hidden trail or something that goes like deeper in the
Yes.
woods?
That's what I was
There's
about to ask. Is there
Where
there's
like
a
a
kids go
footpath.
to smoke doobies and drink beer?
There's a footpath that leads up
footpath?
into the mountains, but there's no road that leads that way.
Ah,
Does the footpath look like it's been recently traveled?
It's hard to say.
Yes.
uh, the hilly region
I think
might be
it's
the
for
Amelie's Hills
tracking.
area, which is in the notebook.
I'm sorry, what?
So the trail that is leading to the hilly region, right? That
Yeah.
might
Right.
be in the Grovel, the notebook that we have, the Amelie Hills area where the chopper sightings were there.
Oh, Hamley's Hill area. Oh, north.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe. Uh,
It
Could be.
equinox of September. It's pretty close.
North. Yeah, so
all
is the
right.
reservoir north of the town?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. So
actually
Emilio will like walk up to
northwest,
this
but
little
not
footpath
east.
and he'll turn around and go like, "You guys are up for some hiking?"
Uh, do we just look at the notebook and figure out like what is there over there before we go on this hike? What
So
do you guys say?
Daphne will look at Emilio and like look down at her shoes because she is literally wearing her heels. So I
Come
mean,
on now. You know we were going to the woods.
okay. So maybe she's wearing flats, but she's not wearing hiking boots.
It's probably just a short little path. It's probably going to be like 5 minutes, and then we're going to come up onto a little campsite with some beer cans and whatever. It's probably nothing. I just want to check it out. You guys can stay here if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, sure. It's early morning. There's no one out. There's no other cars on the lot, right?
Nope,
It's just us.
just you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll show. I'll go.
All
Sure.
right. So we'll start heading up the path while looking. Do you want me to do a search roll or?
For tracking roll. Again, does the path look like it's been traveled recently?
It's hard to say. You can make a
Okay.
tracking roll to see
Hmm.
if you can guess when it was last used, but it would be difficult. So you would have to take it with a
Yeah.
-40 penalty.
Okay, there is no tracking skill.
Yeah. No, but
There's
Well,
no
the way I
tracking.
picture it out,
again,
it's probably been traveled a lot since there's a path, that's been created, but then to try to see if someone went yesterday or not. I mean, there's so many people that come here anyway. I don't think that would give us anything
There's a
Okay.
notebook.
really useful. But he's
Okay.
gonna look for stuff though, like stuff on the ground and whatever, like he's been doing on the lake bank.
all
Yeah,
right.
like discarded wrappers or
Yeah.
stuff. But I'll follow. I'll follow Emilio. Are you gonna come, Zach?
Yeah, sure. That's one.
Okay.
All right, so you guys can go. It's for don't tell me it's disconnected again. Look, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Okay, so the path is relatively short. It's not there's not a lot of rocks or anything like that in it, so Daphne doesn't have to worry about tripping.
Mhm.
The campsite there is a little campsite up there with more discarded beer cans. Um, but on first glance, nothing's out of the ordinary.
So when you
Okay.
say campsite, are we talking like, some wood benches around a campfire, or is there anything like a shack or a cabin or a tent or
Um,
anything like that?
it's sort of a cleared area with a pit that you could build a
Okay.
fire in, but there's no other structures
Okay.
around.
Got it.
I
Hmm.
guess we'll do a search roll.
Search. Yeah. Who knows? We're not gonna find anything, but might as well try.
All right.
If this whole trip to the reservoir indicates nothing, it's gonna be disappointing.
All right. So Daphne is the only one who notices the massive part of the cleared area that seems to be flattened,
Hmm.
where all the grass is flattened in a circle pattern, as if all the
Ah,
blades of grass are
Ooh.
pushed
uh,
down at once in
So
the
like a
same direction.
so like a crop circle, or so like a crop
yeah.
circle, or like a helicopter landing
Yep, but in grass.
Ah,
in grass. Yeah. Okay, well that explains part of the chopper sightings. So when I'm looking at these times, the few times that we do have, it
Mm-hmm.
seems like the chopper sightings were all in the evening,
Yeah,
between 10:40 and 11, between 9 and 11 o'clock.
but
yep.
the thing that's kind of catching my attention or piquing
Curiosity.
my yeah is the muzzle flashes and discharge. Like someone was shooting a gun from that chopper, um,
Or
and
somebody
no
was
one
shooting
heard
a
it.
gun, or somebody was shooting a gun at the chopper. Doesn't really say.
Yeah, because I
Hmm.
mean I feel like someone shooting a gun 20 minutes from town, they did hear it, and then I mean I guess that we're in Tennessee, like it's kind of normal, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of us rolled high enough, but we don't by any chance find any brass, do we?
Um, not that you've noticed, no.
mm.
Okay.
And when I actually like Emilio's gonna walk up to the middle of this flattened areas, and he's gonna look up, and does it look like it's actually clear enough for a chopper to land, or
Depending on the size of the chopper, yes. It wouldn't be able
okay,
to like a large
Hmm.
cargo helicopter wouldn't manage it, but say like a smaller helicopter, especially just
yeah,
like a one
Okay.
that's meant for like passengers, definitely not a problem.
yeah, okay,
So like a weather chopper, or like a news chopper, like
Yeah,
a small chopper like that.
yes, those would be perfectly
Not like
okay.
fine.
a Circosi or something. Okay. So I'm going to turn to Emilio and Zach and say, you guys think maybe this was a government operation?
Well,
Mm,
what part? You know, like this all seems so weird. Like, what's I'm struggling to connect the dots over here. Kind of feel like we're on a wild goose chase.
yeah.
Hmm.
I guess.
Well, we're not on a wild goose chase. We still have a dead. I mean, we still have a dead murderer and a dead dad, and we've got a really weird murderer. Basically, was supernatural. So,
So
I mean,
supernatural.
Hmm.
yeah, like he had skin that you couldn't even cut. Like they couldn't put
Yeah,
an IV in him or
but
anything, and he had no butthole.
but then there's this whole thing about mule. Like, I'm almost wondering if like this Phenom X or whatever it is isn't like some hoax type of like ghost slash UFO chaser type thing, and these aren't even real. And then that thing happened, and they were like, "Oh fuck!" Like this might be a real thing for once, and came over because I mean,
Oh, I
What's
see.
the correlation between that and the livestock and the helicopters and everything? Like
So you're
this all seems so disjointed.
so you're thinking so if I'm following you correctly, you're thinking maybe that this producer basically makes his living by basically faking these supernatural paranormal encounters, but then actually stumbled across a real one.
Yeah, yeah, or maybe like he does it because he needs to, because like ghosts aren't real.
Money.
He's gonna play, he's gonna go
Yeah.
ghosts aren't real, right? But then he gets calls like from these farmers who says, "Oh, I've got some cow mutilated on my field," and he goes, "Oh, this might be real."
Yeah.
And then he stumbled upon this,
Huh.
and don't know what's up with that.
That could be. Still doesn't explain the chopper and the
Yeah,
firearms
that's where
exchange.
that's where I'm bringing this up.
Um, I have few things to add.
Yeah.
So I think something like this might have happened. We found the visiting card at Billy's place, right? I'm not
Yes.
wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, so the chopper might be a supply vehicle bringing in something into the town, maybe, and then there
Mm.
might be.
Hmm.
That's
I don't-
yeah, that's a good point actually. Bringing in something to the town from it comes from the reservoir. I mean, a lot of people go up and down there. Yeah,
uh,
I mean, it's
yeah,
possible.
makes sense.
I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the town map though, and I'm thinking, if you had to land, like, look at the high school. There's literally a football stadium beside it. If they had to, I mean, if they had to bring in something to the town, wouldn't, and they had to do it by chopper, and they had to land a chopper, wouldn't it
Well,
make more sense to
Overton,
do
right?
it?
but it'll be noticeable, right, in a high school ground.
Well, I mean, if it was like legit stuff, like some
Yeah.
aid for some reason or whatever, sure. But if they're trying to smuggle something in,
Like
um,
drugs. That's why the DEA.
yeah, right, like drugs, this might be the perfect spot. I think that's
Yeah,
yeah, that's a real good point you brought up here.
that is a good point. Yeah, yeah, it could be.
So I'm not sure if this exactly fits in. So let's say Billy somehow got involved into this, let's say drug dealing stuff as of now,
Hmm.
uh, and then based on whatever the drug, the effects the drug produces, he might be hallucinating, and that's why he could have reached out to this "we believe you" guy, and then he comes
Right.
into the starts investigating stuff, and that is the notebook that we have as of now, is what I think. If you're looking at it.
Now, do you think that the whatever they're bringing in, whatever it's drugs or anything, do you think that's what caused him to like turn into this fucking like no, I don't want to say ghoul, but like
Cool. Yeah.
gargoyle,
That is
whatever?
a reasonable assumption that we can make at this point.
Yeah. Hmm. We might want to stake this place out.
Yeah. Another thing though is it doesn't explain all the other. It doesn't explain all the animal mutilations. Like, okay, why are if this
And the
is
gun.
right?
Maybe
So
they
if this is like some kind of smuggling, and whether he's faking it or not, or he's really investigating it, and say he stumbles upon a smuggling operation of some sort. Okay,
Mm.
Mhm.
but how does that explain all the how does that explain all the animal mutilations, the
The,
missing animals, and everything else? I mean, the helicopter is the helicopter is the anomaly.
yeah. But
It's the one
I'm
thing that doesn't
still
fit, not everything else.
Emilio's gonna say until we speak to those farmers and check those
Yeah,
mutilated cows for ourselves, I'm kind of willing to believe that those might not be real slash self-inflicted, like I said earlier, to try to get something on the news, Like
Oh,
some people do some weird shit to try to get fame and money, when you're in some fucking backwards nowhere and you got nothing to do. You got a few sick cows, cut off the other and call the news. There's some aliens on my own,
yeah,
And then this
yeah,
guy
that's
comes
true.
up and So until we talk to them and check it out for ourselves, that's kind of what
We
made those thinking.
we did have some pictures in those boxes of some of the mutilations, right, Mr. Keeper?
There weren't any pictures of the mutilations. The
Mm.
farms themselves, not the mutilated animals.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well, it looks like the helicopter landed up here because we've got the landing
Yeah.
spot, and we've got that there was or a report that there was some exchange of gunfire. We've got nothing else. Do we want to do anything else? Are there any boats at this reservoir?
No.
No kayaks, no canoes, no boats, no. Okay.
People, I just have a question. What is the day that we are in currently? Like,
Now
I
it's
see
Thursday.
that.
It's Thursday now. It's
No. Sorry, the date.
Oh, the date. Oh God.
Yeah.
somewhere in September.
It's September something.
Okay.
A Thursday in September.
And Daphne, how long did the director didn't return to the hotel room? Like, when did he check into the hotel room?
5 days ago, and he's supposed to check out today.
Yes.
So he literally got here. So when you look at the notes of when all this stuff happened, he got here pretty fast. He got here pretty
Yeah.
quick. Because we have
looking at the car, yeah.
Yeah, because the last report we have, the last stated report we have is looks like 9/6
Yeah.
chopper
Yeah,
sightings,
9.
and that was the chopper sightings.
Yeah.
So it looks like 9/6 was the last thing that happened.
And
Then
after that, the entry stopped, right? And then we have the director not checking into his.
well,
Related.
then let's remember Billy Ray had to go from here all the way to Georgia because that's where he was.
They found him in
That's where he
Georgia.
was. Because that's where he was apprehended, and so as again, he has to have just. This all happened pretty quick.
You thinking what the helicopter moved them?
I'm not so much thinking that as I'm thinking, where did the helicopter go after here? It had to come from somewhere, and it had to land somewhere. And this is kind of like the middle of nowhere. And those types of small helicopters usually don't have very long range. I mean, you're in ice. You guys do this all the time. You know, those helicopters have like maybe they can't stay aloft for very long.
I mean, if there's an airfield like a few hours from here, that'd be plausible. I mean, you don't need an airfield to take off from these things anyway. You just have to, if they landed here, they can take off from pretty much anywhere.
Right.
So,
but what I'm getting at is the helicopter's got to be somewhere, and it can't be somewhere very far from here.
No, of course not. It could be in a barn, for all we know, on some of those farms. Who knows?
True, but it would be a lot easier to find a helicopter in this area. There just can't be that many of them.
You'd be surprised. Lots of folks in the rural areas got some money to spare.
This doesn't look like that kind of area. Did you see the motel we were staying at? Okay. So, Mr. Keeper, is there an airfield nearby?
Yes, I'd say yes. This town is one of the more, I don't want to say popular towns.
Affluent?
More centralized. More politically important.
Okay. Is there a military base nearby?
That'd be real interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes.
Ooh. Okay. So, Emilio's, they looked around. They didn't really find anything except for that. He's looking at his watch, and he's like, all right.
Let's head back to town.
Maybe we should do the one last sweep and then go back to town. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking about camping up here tonight. I want to try to catch that helicopter. see what's up with it. And
Okay.
mostly those gun flashes, like who are they shooting at or why?
Day to do the other stuff in the meantime.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. It's like 6,
Yeah,
7 in
makes
the
sense.
morning right now, so we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, I mean, Daphne looks at Emilio and says, we don't know what kind of muzzle flashes those were. And we're not a tactical team. I mean, if these turned out to be
Oh,
like,
I'm not trying to
like,
rush him or anything. I'm just saying, like, lay low in the ditch with a tarp over your head and just
oh, okay.
look what they do. That's my
So like
job. That's
so
what
like
I
a
do.
so like a duck blind type of thing. Like basically, you're not saying camp out here, like pretending we're like the scouts or something. You're saying
No, I'm
basically,
saying,
basically,
like, find a
okay,
hole and lay in it.
Guys,
Bring it.
okay,
I can
Bring a
actually
sleeping bag. That's pretty much it.
I can actually scout for stuff and everything. I think my skills are suitable for that.
Hmm.
Nice.
Daphne's skills are not, but I mean, hey, that'll certainly
Well,
We can
tell us
still
what's going on at night.
you don't have to go crawl around in the woods with us if you don't want to.
No, I
Yeah,
don't mind. I mean, it's yeah, I think that's an idea. That's a good idea. We'd have to hike up here though because a car in the parking lot is going to tip everybody off. That it's going to
Sure.
tip anybody off that there's someone up here. So
Yeah.
we'd have to hike up here during the day, make up our duck blind at night, and then hike out in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yeah. Emilio's all about that stuff. He's a
Yeah.
big old outdoorsman, so
Okay.
he actually sounds pretty excited. He's like, yeah, we'll hike out here. Nice. I'll make you guys some hot dogs or something.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back to town, and I think we've got some other clues we need to talk to, like
Yeah.
the town
So
council
we have to
people.
check those farms in the town council
town
and
council.
everything.
Yeah, the farmers. So where do you
Should
guys
we?
should we go to the
do-
town council or the crop circles?
I was thinking that someone could call the farmers while we were going to town hall so that we could do that and then directly go to the farmers afterwards.
Okay, we can do that. As I said, Daphne's got both a mobile phone and a sat phone, and I do have the phone numbers and addresses from
Yeah. So
last
if you
night.
could take care of that, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I can do that.
I guess we'll drive back down to town, direction town hall.
In fact, I can do that while we're driving back into town.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I'll start with
technology.
I'll start with just top of the list. I'll start with Jeff Owens.
All right.
Jeff. Oh,
As you're going to the Owens Farms, which is relatively close,
we
Daphne's
can't.
phone rings, whichever phone she uses to communicate with her
Okay.
office.
Okay, so her mobile phone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Daphne, you are informed that Phenom X was a company established in the 1950s in
Okay.
California, but went out of business in 1962.
Okay.
So it's been a
In 1962?
Yep.
That's like 30 years.
30 years.
1962. Anything else on the? What did they do? Was the company's main business?
Production.
According to records, they were an entertainment.
Okay.
Okay.
In the burgeoning field
that
of
doesn't make
television.
any sense.
They ever release any shows? If he hears this, he's gonna ask. If not, he's
Yeah,
not.
I'll pass on. Did they release any productions?
No.
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 What? Okay.
And it ran for like 20 years too, so that's weird.
No,
Hmm.
it
Yeah, but it
ran
ended
for
30 years ago.
it was less than 10 years that they were operating. 1950, like it was like
Oh, right, okay, so 10.
1956 to 1962.
But even then,
Okay, okay. But
Okay.
still, I mean, that's a long time for not
It's a
putting
long
any.
time to do nothing.
Yeah.
Um, can I get them to send the financials and the incorporation papers to my laptop?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting to get an idea what this company was. It was a shell. So I say thank you, and I disconnect, and I'll tell Zach and Emilio, and Daphne says I get a sense that this company was a shell corporation. They were
hmm.
a cover corp to do
Mhm.
whatever.
Makes sense. So
10 years
Frank's
and
the
they never made
producer,
anything.
basically.
But wait a second, then if they've been out of business for 30 years, then who's the producer guy in the room?
Yeah, and why are they still using that company as a cover? Hmm. He actually
Un-
frowns. He's like, "This is really weird. Like more
unless
questions than answer."
unless the stationary rolling with it. I mean, they could have been, they could have been some sanctioned black ops, project that went out of that got shut down, but then the people in it, I guess, maybe
Ah,
became believers and just rolled with it.
right. Hmm.
Daphne,
That's interesting. No,
your
he's like
laptop
spec
beeps
ops and everything.
and you
Okay.
hear you've got mail.
You've got mail. I log into I log in, I have it hooked up to the sat phone, so I connect, wait the like agonizingly 5 minutes for
Mhm.
and I open I open the email.
Yep, it's an email. It's the financial records of Phenom X. It was
Okay.
established
I
in
download those to the hard drive.
it was established in 1956 by one Frank
Okay.
Capicola from Long Beach, California.
Okay, so the guy on the card.
It was funded by a local bank in California for purposes of
Okay.
UFO research.
Okay.
And
Okay. Yeah, okay.
and then it folded when nobody would buy any of the documentary films that they produced. And there's no records of
So they
those
did
Oh,
films.
they
produce
did produce.
They produced, but there was nothing
Hmm.
was ever purchased or distributed.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way we could see those productions?
No, there are no
there's got to be
records.
on film somewhere.
If it's on film somewhere,
Oh,
it's
wow.
not where it was accessible. It's probably
Okay.
literally on film somewhere in California.
Right,
Somebody's
right,
garage.
okay.
Okay. So it seems like someone using the name Frank Carancola is staying at the motel.
Hmm.
So
Big, yeah,
I mean, but
quotation
wait a
mark.
second. Frank's got to be elderly by now. I mean, if it folded 30 years ago, was in business for 10 years, I mean, you got to figure, you're what, 30 when you get signed on as producer? The guy's got to be in his 60s, 50s or 60s,
Yeah.
At least 50s.
at least 50. Yeah. Years, 10 years in production, that's 40 years. The guy's got to be at least 60 years old by now. Assuming he
Right.
started 20s at 20. And then, okay. Huh.
What do
I
you
don't know.
guys think of
I
it?
don't know. It's sounding like either it was like either this was a cover project for like some government agency doing UFO stuff, or it was some group that got too close to the truth and got disappeared, and somebody's still carrying the torch for whatever they were doing, which doesn't get us any closer to why we have a dead murderer who no butthole.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm still struggling to see how this connects. So it's like we keep uncovering a bunch of loose threads.
Yeah, and we're getting no closer to the tapestry. All right. So I tell everybody in the group that, and I am still calling uh, that guy, first one, Owen, on the list.
All right.
mm,
It rings for a
guys,
few minutes and then
before
it
we
is answered
Okay.
by a guy.
Hello, Jeff Owens, please.
Yep. It's Jeff. It's Jeff.
Hey, Mr. Owens. Hi. My name's Tamara Corsax. I'm working with Phenom X. We're working on that special, and I've got
Who?
some notes here from my producer.
Who you working with?
I'm sorry, sir.
I, sorry. Who are you?
Phenom X.
Who's that?
Oh, Tamara Corsax. Yes, I understand you had some cattle mutilations.
I'm sorry. I don't know no company named Phenom X.
Oh, well, we're a television show, sir.
That's good. That's interesting.
Yeah,
But I never heard
yeah. Well,
nobody.
we're filming it. Yeah, well, we're a television show, and we cover strange occurrences happen all over America, keeping the rest of our fellow American citizens informed of what's going on. And one of my producers has in their notes that you had some livestock mutilations, three cows, back in August. And I was calling to see if we're in the region shooting some back roll, and that's by and take a look at where it happened.
I guess no harm in that. But I mean, I thought that guy who came by would have shared. He took a bunch of pictures. Surprisingly more.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, right. So he takes the pictures, and then if looks like it works for them, then we come in. Me and my colleagues come in, and we kind of put more of the story together. We got to make sure it's going to look good on look good on film first. Um, and then we come in and we do all the other background. So we're wondering if we could come by, maybe in an hour or so. We really are in the region and have a tight schedule, and we'd be more than happy to compensate you for your time.
Whoops.
Yeah, I don't see a problem in that. I mean, yeah, sure, I can do that.
Oh, great, Mr. Owens. Thank you very much. And I'm looking so forward to seeing you. And then I confirmed the address with him that I got from the phone book.
Yep. He so that's the right address.
Okay. And then I turn to Emilio and Zach, and I say, "All right, guys, I got one already, and I'm already dialing Margaret Allison. Uh, so I'm imagining all the farms are kind of in the same area, and I'm hoping we can just like bop from one to the other to the next."
All right. Yeah.
He was about to ask. Yeah. So he was saying, do you think that the farm is closest to the town hall? Like, should I just keep going towards there, or do you want to take a detour?
So we'd be out there in an hour, and it's only 15 minutes back to town. We're already on our way there, so I suggest
All
we
right.
swing by the town hall, do that, and then head out to the farm.
All right. So turn back towards the road and just keep driving.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to call the other ones on the list. What are their names again here? Margaret Allison, Jeremy Dark, and then Robert Gum.
All right, they all
Gum
basically
doesn't
tell you
have.
the same
Okay.
thing, that you're welcome to come by.
Okay.
They've never heard of the company say you work for, but they're more than happy to be hospitable and share
Okay.
what they know.
But they all also had somebody also recently come out and take a bunch of pictures.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Great. So we get to the town hall.
All
Early
right.
morning. It's got to be what, 7, 8 o'clock?
It's about 8 o'clock at this point. The town hall is
Okay.
just opening up. There's
Perfect.
a young woman in the like the little open visitors hall. She greets you with a smile and says, "How can I help you?"
Hi, Tamara Owens, DEA. These are agents Armando and Clive, and we'd like to see if the council members, the aldermen, are available.
Oh, do you have an appointment?
And then she'll say, "No, but we have a DEA appointment," and
Oh well, the
she'll let
aldermen
Emilio
are
step up and flash the bat.
very busy, and you know it's this time of year is very difficult for them. They have to work very hard. So unless you have an appointment,
Ma'am,
yeah, I understand.
okay.
That's why I will put an appointment in for you tomorrow morning. But unfortunately, they're too busy.
Ma'am, we're federal agents conducting a criminal investigation.
I understand the urgency, but I can't disturb them at this time.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want you to put you in that position. And then her face is going to go completely stern and look at Emilio and Zach and walk back to the offices.
Excuse me, you can't go back there. Excuse me, ma'am, you can't go back there.
Hey, Emilio will just follow her, and you won't even into to the receptionist. I'll just keep walking.
Hey, excuse me, you can't go back there. She keeps trying to stop you.
Yes.
Zach. So I'm looking at the doors for the names of the aldermen's offices that match our notes.
All right, yeah, you find them easily enough. They're not too far in the building. You see the doors for all the aldermen in this one corridor.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the corridor is a massive door with a sign next to it that says council chambers. All the doors.
Oh, okay. That's where they are. I mean, we can.
Yeah, we'll just walk up with her right up to the door and open it.
Yeah, and Daphne's going to ready her sidearm. And then she's going to turn to the receptionist and say, "Ma'am, step back, please. We do not want to have to place you under arrest for obstruction."
Listen, you are not allowed to go in there. You need to follow the appointment schedule. I cannot let you be in there.
I don't think she. I have to. They have to give this woman a bonus because I mean she is certainly doing her best. But is the door locked?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Daphne will turn to Emilio.
I think that's a sturdier door than the motel, Daphne.
It is a much sturdier door.
I don't think I can boot it in.
Is it locked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's locked.
Yeah. So, does the door actually look sturdy, or is it just some big flimsy doors?
No, it looks pretty sturdy.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah. No, I can't
Ma'am,
fucking smack
ma'am,
you.
do you have the keys to this door?
No, the aldermen have the keys to their office doors.
Okay, but the council chamber doors, do you have the keys to this door?
I don't know.
I didn't hear
Possibly I
you.
do. Maybe if you made an appointment, I could tell you whether or not I had the keys.
Okay, so he's gonna
Okay.
step back from the door, and he's gonna walk right up to her, and he's gonna go, Miss, I could have you arrested for obstruction of law right now.
Oh, forget that.
Why
Arrest
can't you
her.
just
Put her in.
not get the alderman down here?
She
If you're
sighs
talking,
and she
you're
just walks up to one of
you're
the office doors and knocks on it. She knocks again. That's the third time. Says, "No answer. Maybe they went home. I haven't seen any of them this morning."
is it locked? The room that she's knocking on. I'm gonna ask her, is it locked? Is it
Yeah,
the?
all the office doors are locked.
Okay, do those one look more kickable?
No, the office doors are nice and solid
Right.
and ornately decorated.
Hmm. Is there?
Ornately decorated. Emilio, do you have
Mm.
handcuffs? You're the only one of the three of
Uh,
us, because both me and Zach are foreign service officers. We're
though probably like in his car, but no, I'm not gonna put her in handcuffs. But so
because then we can
you're
just
telling me
because then
you don't have the to
we can
any of
just
these
search her.
doors right here. You work in this building and you can't access any of the rooms.
Daphne's going to go up to the front desk while Emilio is talking to her, and I'm going to look through her desk for a key ring.
Well,
All right, there's
sure.
a key for the council room.
I find the key for the council room. Okay, that's strange. You think they'd have maintenance or housekeeping or something with
No,
like janitorial would
nothing
clean their
at her
offices,
desk.
but okay, nothing's at her desk. Does she have anything on her? I'm going to pat her down.
You pat her down. She's got clothes. You know what she's wearing.
I hope so.
She's not working naked. Um,
Okay,
there's a
that would have gotten really weird suddenly.
there's a half-empty water bottle on her desk.
Okay,
And
half empty. They just opened.
looks like she's got a unopened pack of cigarettes in her pocket.
But no keys. And her desk has no keys in any of the drawers.
Her desk only has the key to the council chamber doors.
Okay. I'm going to take that key and I'm going to unlock the council chamber doors.
All right. You go in. The room is dark, but you can tell
I'm going to hit the
just by
light
walking in,
switch.
it's a pretty big space. There's
Yeah.
there's a bank of light switches, 4 switches to turn on the lights in the room.
Okay, I hit all 4 switches.
All right. Let's see. I have notes about what this room looks like. Hold on. Hold on.
Emilio just like what? Like, when he hears the door open, he's like, "What the? How'd you do that?
Key was in her desk.
Let's see.
Really?" He just looks back at her, like looking at him blankly, just like, "What is up with you, lady?"
All right.
Like
So,
okay, below the table, she's got to be in on whatever's going on if she's willing to risk
For sure.
federal charges for like,
Yeah.
all right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody who likes their job that much that they would do that.
All right. So when you get into the chamber room, it is, and you turn the light switches on. The room is, it's in a terrible state, according to what the book says. Books and papers are scattered all around the floor. Furniture is overturned. And the windows are covered.
Okay, yeah, he's pulling
Oh,
out his weapon for sure.
Occupying
yeah.
about half of the
I was
floor.
hoping so.
Occupying about half of the
Hey,
floor
Zach, you might want to get your gun out.
is
I
a
ready my gun.
viscous mass of this strange, oily, almost jello.
Okay, so we just came into the council chambers. The
It
room is
looks
trashed,
like
and there's a
it's-
big mound of jello.
It looks like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people are melded together.
Oh my god! Yeah, he's
Oh.
gonna let out an audible. He's gonna go, "Oh my god!" And he's gonna like cover his mouth
And
and look away.
you guys, this is going to be a sanity inducing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
no
I'm
kidding.
saying.
Because you
Oh my
see a
god!
bunch of faces staring back out at you.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I succeeded, but I feel like I should have. He's like, "Oh my god, what is that?" He's just fucking, he's yelling, man. Actually, he's gonna spin around and look for the secretary, the desk lady.
Okay.
Is she still in the hallway behind us?
Yeah, she's
Where's
still
the
behind. She's
sanity?
in the hallway where you left her, but she's still there.
What is she doing?
She's
I'm
standing.
gonna
She's
I'm
just
gonna
standing
point my
there.
gun at her and I'm gonna fucking start yelling at her to put her hands up that she's under arrest and everything.
And I don't. Emilio said he doesn't have handcuffs, but I have zip ties, so I am going
That's
to.
effort, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to secure her hands behind her back. She's under arrest.
The
She's been harboring a jelly monster. So
the
sorry.
creature in the
We
room
we all
lets
passed our
out
training
a
wheels.
wail, sort of like a
God.
gasping moan, almost like a cry of pain
Oh.
and suffering.
My God.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to go back in there. I don't want to go back in there. He's like, he's looking at Daphne and he's like, what do we do? What the fuck is this? What did we walk into?
So I will turn to the receptionist and say, "You knew about this. You had to have known about this."
What are you talking about? It's an empty room. I don't know what else you expected to see in
No,
there.
it's not.
Look in there. It's empty. There's nothing wrong with that room. Just how I left it. Motherfucking Discord.
All the there's no way this thing
Yeah.
just got here. I
No,
mean, it didn't come by FedEx.
It's exactly how I left it. All the papers neatly stacked and arranged.
When?
Last night. Just how I
Last
left it.
night.
Just how I left it.
Can I make a roll to see if she's lying? Psychology or something?
It would be a psychology.
She's got to be drugged or possessed or something.
Psychology is not a skill.
All right, then human. Humans.
Okay. All right, here we go. Success.
She is utterly convinced that she is telling the truth.
Okay.
That
So
the room is in a good condition.
she's been influenced. Okay.
I don't think we should show her.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think I think if anything, she has to have been manipulated somehow to her memory or something. Since what's your name, miss?
Alice.
Miss, what's your name? Alice. Yeah, okay. Alice.
Alice. Yeah, hold on.
That's the first time we are getting the name. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe she was one of the people who had missing time.
No.
Nope.
No. Okay. Can one of you close the door, please? We kind of don't really need the big Jello monster
But
doing any.
we have to do something. These are people.
It's
Yeah,
lurching
but like,
towards the open doors as you're interrogating her.
Oh my,
oh, close the
it's
doors.
moving. Oh my god, yeah, yeah. No, he's gonna close the door real quick. He's like, oh my god, it's moving. Oh my god, he's gonna close the doors. It's like almost by reflex. Like what? But and then he's
And
gonna turn around. And
lock the door.
we still got to do something.
Right. So I'm going to. Daphne is going to take out her phone, and she is going to call FBI headquarters, our handler, and explain that we have an issue.
All right. Your handler answers. What is it?
Lafleur, we found something.
Is it dead?
Well,
No,
no, but it should be.
I don't know how cell phone works in these times, but if he hears, he's just gonna say no.
Call me back when
No,
it's dead.
it's a.
I don't care. No, no. Don't
We're
even
going to
tell
need
me.
more help.
Just call me back when it's dead. Whatever it is, call me back when it's dead. And the phone disconnects.
He's just gonna put his head in his hand. He's gonna be like, "Oh God, there's no way we can cover this up. There's no way. What are we gonna
And
do?
as you're there,
We have to
the door
burn
starts
the place
buckling,
down."
and you see a
Oh
little bit
no!
of this flesh-colored jello seeping underneath the door.
Oh
Okay,
no! He's gonna
run.
jump
And
back and he's gonna be
Yeah,
like,
run,
"Fuck! Fuck! What
and
do we do? What do we do?"
run,
well,
run.
that is where I'm gonna end the session.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
With you
God, that's
guys
good.
running
That's
for
good.
your lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much. I gotta say, in all honesty, I thought we were going to encounter the monster at the reservoir. I thought it was going to come out of the water, or out of the forest, or something. I didn't think it would be in the council chambers.
Yeah, yeah. I knew something was up with those, but melded in the fucking chamber. Oh, what's up with that? That's fucked up. They're gonna have to like, they're gonna have to burn the building or something. Like, how are we gonna cover this up?
Yeah, you can't just steam clean that out. You can't just steam clean that out.
Yeah, and I assume it's huge. Like, how would we even move? Like, we gotta burn the place.
That's fine. But
Well,
why
we
would
didn't
anyone?
exactly we didn't
Why would
exactly
any?
come prepared for arson today.
What were you gonna
We have
say?
So,
point. Why do someone turn the councilman into like that sluggy thing, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
why
the
do
other
they leave
thing.
it? Why do
Yeah.
we leave it here? That's the question we need to think about. The
well,
covering up comes
Well,
up.
I mean, we can't leave it here. It's gonna break out for sure. For sure. Like, it's gonna find a way. Like, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, whatever we do, it's gonna find a way to get out. Like, I am in my hearts of hearts, I know it.
yeah,
And but what does this have to do with Billy?
I don't know.
That's my question. Like, we keep stumbling upon stuff that like doesn't
A lot
connect
of
to anything else.
yeah, yeah. There's a chopper, and then there's this guy, Phenomenon, and then Billy, and now this Jello monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went from a lot. We went from we made a pretty big leap though from like from
Oh
all
yeah.
that to
We
suddenly
passed the
the
door and then
monster in the
boom, right
room,
there.
a blob monster.
Yeah,
I,
that like literally took me by surprise. Like I thought that they
I
were
did
like
too.
gonna be like fucking like chilling out and well not chilling, but like I thought they were gonna still be human or something. But
I thought they were going to be
God,
dressed in
or,
like
or,
cultist clothes or
or that they
something.
weren't even gonna be there or whatever. Like the room was gonna be trashed and but oh my God,
My whole thing,
So
Zach, is that we
uh,
to it's not even going to flinch it by emptying
that's what
clips
I'm
of
saying.
like light ammo into it.
We gotta burn the place. We gotta burn it. There's no other way.
Did we bring like an arson? Like, did you bring like a
Dude, I
bunch of.
got gas in my car.
Okay.
There should be a fire extinguisher in the council room, right? We can use that. Sorry.
No, we want to burn it, not put out the fire. We want to start one.
No. But the fire extinguisher has a liquid nitrogen which
Yeah.
freezes blood. So
I think that thing was pretty big. I don't think the fire. I mean, if it was like, if it was like the
I mean,
size of
there's
a
gonna be
bowling ball,
curtains
maybe.
and shit. Like, there's gonna be a bunch of flammable stuff in there. It's gonna go. Like, a little bit of gas, and I got a lighter for my cigarette. Like, we got everything we want.
Okay.
We need. I mean, Keeper. By
fine.
the way, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Like, I keep seeing your thing
Yeah, but I
flashing
can't hear
green,
you.
but I can't hear anything.
Oh, I haven't said anything.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Okay. But yeah. I think we gotta burn this fucking thing.
We burn
We're
it
even,
both ways, huh?
I mean, we're even assuming that fire will. I mean, this thing is obviously some
I mean, what else are
abomination.
we gonna do? Like, if we just start mag dumping the fucking thing, like people are gonna hear and they're
Well,
gonna
you don't
come
think they're
in.
going to see a fire? You don't think
Yeah,
they're
but
going
they're
to
not
think
gonna fucking
all this?
rush in there like a bunch of crazies, especially not if we run out with secretary and tell everyone that there's no one inside, you know?
True.
It's
I mean, there is a
yeah.
fire department right down the street. They're just going to come here and put the fire out.
Yeah.
But are we sure that we are gonna burn this thing down?
I mean, we
I
gotta find a
mean,
way to get rid of it,
As I said,
and
we're not a tactical team. We didn't
it's
bring any
not,
heavy
it's not.
stuff.
I don't think
thank
it's
you.
containable. Uh, Unless, like, I don't know how high are the windows. Like, what do you? Yeah.
They're all
Mm,
boarded up. He said that the windows were all boarded up,
They're
but
covered.
it
Not
was
boarded.
it was
covered.
chilling in there before we got in, though. So why is it trying
Uh,
to get out now?
Maybe something. What we can do is we can board up the doors and then take the receptionist into the control so that she doesn't leak the news anywhere, and leave it at that. Maybe secure the perimeter around the council room.
Just take a wire coat hanger, wrap it around the doors, and just leave it in the room.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I mean,
because
it's been in the room for the last 1 day, so
well, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I said. So the thing is that it was chilling in there. Like, okay, is there any like evidence when we came in? I don't think he would have remembered. Really, was just too fucking shocked. But like, was there like blotches against the door, like to tell us that like it was trying to get out before?
No. Oh, mother. I said one fucking.
And it didn't really respond until we turned the lights on.
Yeah,
I think it
it was just sitting there in the dark.
I think it can't handle the light.
But okay, but we left the lights on when we closed the door.
Right.
I think.
And why would it try to get out into even more light? I don't know. But I don't think she's been there. I don't think she just got there. Because if they just opened up, why is her water bottle already halfway empty? I think she's been there all the while. And either she's lying really well or her memory mind has been manipulated somehow to simply not recognize those things, recognize what's going on. There's no way that thing got in there. Someone had to bring it in there or assemble the
Either
pieces
that
of
or like they went
or else,
in and they
or
just
else,
never came out. But like they might have came
yeah,
in as people and then mailed it behind closed
on the
doors
top.
and she never
Exactly.
saw it,
and she
basically.
never, but she still would have to be manipulated somehow if they never
Yeah.
came out. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's
oh
like
yeah, for sure.
20
For
people
sure.
go in and zero come out.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Unless it
no, it
happened
might
like
be something like this.
yesterday or something.
The councilmen were at the council in the evening. They told that we have a meeting. You can just go out and we'll stay in the room. They went to
Um
the council. Something came in, melted it before the receptionist there. There's no need to just go on hanging on to that reception.
so well I mean when we pointed our guns at her and everything and arrested her, like, did she seem like distressed and like, why are you doing this, or like, what's going on, or was she just like not giving a fuck?
No, she was distressed and frustrated.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So she just never saw the thing happen. It probably happened like recently, yesterday or something.
Possible, but I mean, like, she was really not willing to help us at
Yeah,
all. And who
she
does
might
that?
know something, but I don't think she's possessed now.
Possibly, but again, who's going to like? You've got three people with badges and guns there saying, "Hey, we're going back there." Oh, I'm sorry, you have to make an
Yeah.
appointment.
Oh, yeah, that was unusual resistance. But the point still stands. We gotta kill the thing,
Mm,
somewhere or another. How?
mm.
Yeah.
But
And without,
burning the whole
bringing
thing
attention and covering it up at the same time too. Because killing it is not enough. If people find it,
down.
this is gonna
Well, but
be
it's
bad.
possible that if they find it, they just assume that the bodies found were part of the fire or something. I mean,
Yeah, if we burn, that's why I'm advocating for fire. But even then, I mean, who knows what happened to their skeleton under there, man? Maybe their skeletons are all connected into some fucking heap, and when they're gonna
Mm,
find it, it's gonna be some fucked up thing. Then they're gonna be like, what happened here?